Tensions are high south of the border, where abortion rights are front and center, both at the Supreme Court and on the campaign trail. Let's dive a little deeper into the issue with CNN Washington correspondent Julie Benbrook. And Julia, what are some of the key takeaways as the Supreme Court begins hearing some of the arguments on access to the abortion pill?
Well, this is the most significant abortion case to come before the Supreme Court since they overturned Roe v. Wade back in 2022. A group of anti-abortion doctors and medical groups is challenging the Food and Drug Administration's steps, the steps that the FDA took to expand access to the abortion pill mifepristone. For example, allowing it to be distributed through the mail. Now, yesterday during oral arguments, conservative and liberal justices pressed the abortion pill challengers on why a nationwide ban is needed if the doctors involved could simply exercise their own religious and conscientious objections individually. We expect a ruling in this case either in late June or early July.
All right, and now let's pivot to the campaign trail. And the Biden-Harris team is making reproductive rights a big issue in the upcoming election.
That's right. And the Biden-Harris team believes that it will be a galvanizing issue for voters heading in to the November election. In fact, just hours after the Supreme Court heard oral arguments in that abortion pill case, Biden and Harris spoke in a rare joint appearance about health care, access to health care, with an emphasis on reproductive rights. Now, they're really trying to contrast the Democratic ticket's vision for health care and reproductive rights with proposals put forth by Republicans. Harris has taken the lead on reproductive rights for the campaign, and in fact, she's been traveling across the country on what they're calling a Fight for Reproductive Freedoms tour. She's visited a lot of places, and one of her most recent trips was to a Planned Parenthood clinic in Minnesota. That visit marked the first time, it's believed to be the first time, that a sitting president or vice president has visited a clinic that provides abortion services.
All right, now Democrats obviously believe that reproductive rights will be a galvanizing issue for voters, and we're already seeing evidence of that in some local elections, Julia.
Right, and just yesterday there was a special election. This was for a House seat in Alabama, and the Democratic candidate Marilyn Lands walked away with a victory, flipping that seat from red to blue. Now, Lands went out this in a unique way. She really talked about reproductive rights, made that a central part of her campaign, while her Republican opponent strayed away from speaking about that issue. National Democrats have celebrated her victory, and that they're hoping that backlash after Roe v. Wade was overturned and states put in more restrictions on abortion rights, as well as the concerns over in vitro fertilization, will be something that will motivate their supporters to get to the polls in November. The Biden administration actually called this, the Biden campaign, I should say, called this a warning sign for former President Donald Trump and, quote, MAGA Republicans.
Okay, well, thank you, Julia, for being with us at CNN's Julia Benbrook in Washington.